We're now being joined by comedian and actor Okey Bakassi, who will now help us understand the effect of the chain of events in the Nigerian comedy industry. Now, many thanks for joining us on the show today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Let's start with how you received the news of the event between Chris Rock and Will Smith.
I guess the whole world was shocked by what happened. It initially looked like it was scripted. That's what you would think, considering that Hollywood can create anything to, push up the numbers. But the impact of the slap did not look simulated. And then you realize, okay, this is going down for real. When Will Smith went back to his seat and the exchange continued, it became clear that it wasn't scripted.
All right, you can now see that it has started a new conversation around the creative license of comedians. Where do you draw the line on personal jokes?
First of all, let me start this way. I think stand-up comedy is the most difficult art form. Is the most difficult art form. My reason being, it's you, the microphone, and your audience. There's little margin for error. There's no time for even self-censorship or editing. There's no time for correction. It's you just being there, having the strong presence of mind, making on the spot judgment as to what comes out of your mouth or what stays in your head, So it's tough. And the world is not making it any easier. This is the toughest time in the world to be a stand-up comedian because there's so much censorship and cancel culture is not making it any easier. Look at what happened to Dave Chappelle recently when he did his Netflix special. They almost, if not that Netflix stood solidly behind Dave Chappelle and, a section of the world as well saw no big deal in what he said because truth has to be said. Imagine what would have happened to that deal with Netflix. He would have also been canceled. So it's a very difficult period to be a comedian today. There are too many no-go zones. You can't touch religion. Politics has become too sensitive. Gender, you cannot touch. Sexuality, you cannot touch. What is left to discuss about life for a comedian? Where else are we going to mine the humor from if suddenly the whole world has become so sensitive? Then there's this quote that says that intelligent people are being silenced so that stupid people can feel comfortable. And that's the reality of today. That's the reality of today. There's little or no tolerance again for intelligence because we want stupid people to be comfortable. I've never really been an advocate of, trying to insult people as a way of creating humor. I call that lazy comedy because once you pick on someone in the audience and you begin to rain insults on them, people are going to laugh, but the person who is the object of your ridicule will not find it funny. And those who are sympathetic to that person will not find it funny. So by the time you have done your routine, you would have made an enemy from it would have been fun, and if you continue your career like that, over time, your fan base, you're going to drop your fan base by the number of people that you've been hurt. So insults as a form of comedy, I don't subscribe to that. I try my best in my career. I can only pick on someone in an audience when you become a heckler or you become a nuisance in a show where I'm trying to win my audience concentration.
Now, finally, do you feel this also exposes stand-up comedians to assault? Now, we have seen and heard threats to some of your colleagues in the wake of this incident.
Comedy is environmental, and we are people with very, very strong culture. If you give a cultural background to what happened between Will Smith and Chris Rock, you find that in Nigeria, you can pick on me, but please don't pick on my wife or my mom. Right from when we are small, as young kids playing on the streets, you can make joke. In fact, you can make joke out of someone's dad, but mothers and wives, people are very, very sensitive by our own culture here. People don't like you to mess with their family. You can yab me all you want, you can do whatever you want, but you see, when you touch wife and mother and sometimes family, It's sensitive for us. So I don't like a situation where people insult people's family. But when it comes to, is it putting us at risk? I tell you, same way we all saw what happened, and we know now that anybody who's walking off the stage may be coming to attack you. Trust me, we comedians, we're also getting ready for it. You understand? So, because if I'm doing my routine and I see you walking off the stage, my brother, I'm going to hold on to the mic stand. You know, I don't know what you're planning to do, but you're going to get a serious whooping if you think that you can come and try to slap me while doing my routine. I'm going to whoop the craze out of you with the mic stand. So I hope people understand that it's not a cue for you to walk up on stage and try to assault someone. Now we all know what the consequence can be. You know, Will Smith has kind of told us now that anything is possible. So we are going to be watching out for you guys. Whether you're coming from backstage, side stage, or front stage, we'll be watching. We'll be alert. You know, but I hope that nobody will want to, do that again.
All right, many thanks again, Okey Bakassi, for your time. I can't even start to imagine how the microphone stand can turn into a weapon of defense.
Everybody has to be prepared.
Oh, anyway.